That's not an insult. Everyone.
We don't even know. I even was with even the king of that woman. You insulted everyone who is from Lagos. Insult origin indigenous of Lagos and make something our land and you have access to
Yes, sir.
Let's change the narrative. Speaking.
I don't care where your parents coming from. As long you were born in
drop this man.
I can't drop him.
You are out of your mind.
You don't have to insult each other now, Mr. Hamid, please.
Men, stop that. You're disrespecting some people's origin.
No. For the drop, and you don't want to be.
Prof, please. Hold on, Mr. Hamid. Let's do it one by one. Yes. Can I listen to Baba Wori? Prof, please. I don't say apologize.
Host, and you must fair address, right? I'm going to live out. Mr. Prof. Only to Marshall in the past. What we are saying now is this.
People are saying he has not insulted anyone.
No, I just shall I need to. I want to in Lagos. I want to be. Then the constant dismiss existence on Baba Banla Walujua. To bansh insult. Was in control to do so Jubello. Uncle Aloma Lenio. And it's very you can't be like release on next month, right? It's a 500-year history of my kingdom. For somebody to sit down here and say because somebody is born in my kingdom, my ancestral source do not exist. And yet people not millennial.
But that means so there one
the Nigerian constitution gives you citizenship. It's a political arrangement globally. It has not even addressed the indigent status. Debani your job indigent song. Debani is somebody is a citizen of Nigeria. Two different conversations. No,
this is not a you said 10 years and even in the constitution. Whether you like it, it's not an insult. Everyone section constitution that quote 10-year indigenation. The only time of proposal was this year by the Deputy Senate President, PS Benjamin Kalu. I'm saying somebody that was born. Somebody that is born. And somebody that was born tomorrow. For 8 years. Speaker, now, what be a one be elected? As long as you call your side is a Gaussian.
Prof, I shall I confirm it on double down. You are Edia shall I free?
sir.
What Nigerian constitution guarantees, as a foundation constitution and law say, in 1966, on Babawa, one regional constitutions, right? Each region needs one. And one more Igbo Bibon, one pa Babawa, Kintola, one pa Madu Belu, one pa regional system, one to a Midwest, one introduce a unitary system. See on Babawo for Wasi, one line she know this.
Prof, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sà, ẹ jẹ́ kó sọ tí wọ́n tọ́ dẹ̀ you can talk. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́.
Prof, ẹni sùúrù ẹ jẹ́ àṣàlàyé fún yín. Bó ṣe jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ibú tẹ́ ń sọ yẹn, àlàyé mò ń ṣe fún yín. Wọ́n wá introduce a unitary system to guarantee a citizenship to Nigerians. Wherever you are born in Nigeria, you are a Nigerian citizen. But you are not guaranteed an indigene. Tẹ́bá náà béèyàn sẹ́kù, ó dọ́mọ èkó, indigene àwa ń gbọ́, kì í ṣe citizenship. So, tọ́ba bí èkó tẹ̀sí ń sọ yẹn gan, it's just a single kingdom in the entire Lagos. So, ebi o ṣọ́ mi èkó. I'm an indigene of Lagos State, but ọmọ elétè lèmi. I have my kingdom in Lagos State. Eko is a single kingdom, and Eko is not equal to Lagos State. It's not. Lagos is a city. Lagos is not equal to Lagos State. Tẹ́bá lọ sí Iowa City ní Iowa State. Iowa City is a city in Iowa State. New York is a city in New York State. Ẹ má mix méjèèjì. So, àwọn ọmọ Èkó tẹ́ ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí sí, àwọn ọmọ Èkó ní gangan tó wà ní Ìdó, àwọn ló wà ní Lagos Island, àwọn arómi rẹ́. Nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ yìí tẹ́ bá sọ lójú wọn níwájú Ọlọ́run ẹ̀jọ̀ tó bá rí lójú, ó lè fa wàhálà o. Ẹ̀rọ ọ̀rọ̀ àtẹ bá ń sọ, but tó bá bí yín sí Lagos State, tí Nigerian constitution bá fún yín ní citizenship, ó yàtọ̀ sí indigenship o. Wọ́n fún yín, wọ́n lè revoke ẹ̀, kò sẹ́nibọ̀dì tó lè revoke indigenship. Ever in the world. The questions in my dialogue.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir. It's not a Lagosian, right, sir? Right?
What is so yàtọ̀ fún yín o?
Sir. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Is a citizen of Nigeria.
Lagosian.
I know the political answer. Lagosian, you are going to the terrain of indigenship.
No, I won't pay the question. As long as somebody in Lagos State, is he a Lagosian? Yes or no?
No, it's not. It's not.
No, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, sir, when Fashola was born where, sir?
Okay, you're checking down here. Fashola could have been born in Lagos. It doesn't make Fashola. Fashola may have been born in Lagos. It's not an indigene of Lagos, and you will never claim it. That he govern Lagos. That he govern Lagos is wrong, and that's what we are fighting right now. Okay. Our indigene Lagos. Fashola Ambode tó wá láti ìlú yín Londo.
Yes.
Babájídé Sanwó-Olú ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú. What they are doing is wrong.
It's wrong. Okay.
Mọ́ládé Ọ̀gbàrà, how are you, sir?
Okay, sir. So, Madam Tinubu, because wo pinlẹ̀ o. Madam Tinubu kúrò lẹ́gbàá. Ó fẹ́ wọn láàfin ní Èkó. Show me. By the fact that she's married to a king, wanted by marriage, wanted jọmọ bẹ̀yẹn. Ìyá ò bímọ o. Gbogbo wọn tí wọ́n jogún ìyá, a lè lé wọn o. By default, wọ́n ti di ọmọ ìyá nígbà tí ìyá lọ. So as far as Tinubu tó ń claim orúkọ yẹn Tinubu, àwa mọ̀ ọ́ nínú Èkó. Àwa la máa sọ fún yín ẹni tó jọmọ Èkó tí ò ń ṣọmọ Èkó kì í ṣe ìnáwó máa sọ fún wa. Ẹni sùn, tí Tinubu.
Happy governor, táwọn bá sọ̀rọ̀ tán èèyàn sọ. Ó dàbí Mr. Hamid lókè. Okay, Mr. Hamid
Tinubu disassociate from that Tinubu's lineage. Tó bá lọ to his original source tó wá látọ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, ó wà disconnected. But by virtue of claim, ẹni sùúrù. Mi ò bá yín disagree.
Okay, good.
But ẹ máa gbọ́. But Tinubu làwa mọ̀ o. Kì í ṣe wherever. Kì í ṣe birth name ẹ̀ nìyẹn. But ó claim ẹ̀ ṣọ́ wọn family ní. Àwọn family yẹn ṣọ́ gbà lọ́mọ. Tó bá ti gbà lọ́mọ èmi ò lè sọ pé wọ́n gbà lọ́mọ o. tẹ́ bá fẹ́ yọ kúrò nínú family yẹn family tó gbà ẹ wò tèmi bá gbà yìí lọ́mọ ní ìdílé mi kò sẹ́nibọ̀dì tó lè sọ fún pọ̀ màlẹ́ ní ẹjọ́ ń tọrọ lọ́hùn tẹ́ bá fẹ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ politics ẹjẹ́ asọ́mu tó wà o èmi ò support Tinubu o but I'm telling you I can tell you the difference.
ẹ bá sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ máa jà báyìí ọ̀nà yín jìn brother mi.
ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ́ máa sọ ẹ máa gbọ́ ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ́ máa sọ bá ṣe máa jàjà wa ẹ lọ sóńdó ẹ lọ sọ̀rọ̀ Oǹdó ẹ fi ọ̀rọ̀ lọ sílẹ̀.
ẹ lè dá kankan báyìí. bí o sọ pé brother mi ẹni tí ẹ sọ pé brother kan tún yẹn òun ló ń di déètì tẹ máa jẹ fún yín.
ẹ̀yin bàbá Oǹdó tó pàdé ẹ̀yin bàbá ọmọ mi ọ̀gá o yàbá lẹ.
Let's hear from Mr. Abe Governor. Thank you, sir. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́.
The law is the law. Opinions are different from facts. Your opinion is valid. My opinion is valid. But the law is the fact. And let me quote the Law Indigenous Act of this Section 318 subsection 1 of the Federal Republic of Nigeria Constitution, amended in 1999. On
Ó dà pé kọ́ wọlé fún wọn ni. Kọ́ wọlé fún Mr. Abe Governor.
ok ẹ mọ̀ ọdún ṣẹlẹ̀ ìyá wa ìsúdà ká fẹ́ lọ wájú.
Okay, wọ́n ti come back. Abe Governor, bro. Yeah.
and so let
ẹ bá ìwọ̀n ní àwa ẹ mọ̀ ọdún ṣẹlẹ̀ mo máa Abe Governor dáadáa ṣọ́run mi. ẹ mọ̀ ọdún ṣẹlẹ̀ nǹkan méjì ló lè ṣẹlẹ̀ ìyá wa nínú ká lọ wájú.
for me 1 minute.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm okay, I'm to story. Section 318 subsection 1. It differentiates between birthright and indigenous rights. Let me read it word for.
Let everybody mute so that we can hear him well. Oh yeah. Compassionate about me. Mute. Okay. Go on, sir. Mr. Abe. Okay, wants to read something to us. Oh, that way. No. Network one. Yes.
network yìí show rent.
Network one. Go on, sir.
Section 1 about indigenous rights. In fact, that's why we even have Local Content Indigenous Act, PIB Bill, also PIA. Shambani.
Yes.
Yes. I want any indigenous people, I want Niger Delta, they passed a law on that worry. Now, that was the Petroleum Industrial Act. That's what we said the ratio. That was for indigenous people. Now, let me read the law, Indigenous Act. Am I wrong?
What is it?
Section 25 ní Abifeka.
Section 1 on indigenous rights. Your parent or your grandparent are indigenous to the community, not by birthright. So, indigenous is one. Igbatashe 1978 Land Use Act, they stated it rightfully there. And you can even go on Google. In 1921, even under British colonial days, Amoda took a case to the British Privy Council in 1921. Amodara family, they carried the entire British colonial masters, lawsuit court in the UK. And they won the case. It's on Google. Just Google Amoda versus the Ojara family. Google. And they won the case, even against their colonial masters, because they stated in the law that it is their indigenous land and their indigenous people. Now, Baba Woli, let's talk about ECA Section 318, subsection 1 of Indigenous Act. You can only be indigenous by your ancestral parents, which is your grandfather, your great-grandfather. Yes, nationality is by birth. But if I'm going to be a simple, oh, I just go shop, found yell. I want to go and say, come on, you're the one. Saru no one, no, yo. I want you to be Saru the one. Johnson or Saru the one. Saru, oh, yeah, Ogun State. Oh, my Likiti. Oh, check what the Saru the one.
So, Abe, Prof, Prof, Money patient láti engage you. But can you be question? You need feel insulted. But opinion them force. E wo ndo leti wa tí n bá wá sí abúlé sí ìdílé yín. Tí n bá ní wá láti bẹ̀, mo insult yín ni. Mi ò sì lè do ẹ sùúrù, ẹ jẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ tán. Mi ò sì lè do ìdílé yín jù yín lọ, mi ò lè mọ ìdílé yín jù yín lọ. Mi ò bá pè ń bẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin ni content ní ìdílé lè fún mi láyè láti ní opportunity ń bẹ̀. Nítorí pé a gba àwọn èèyàn láàyè ní Lagos State. Kò wá mi pé kí wọ́n máa insult wa tó ń bá rí wa. Tẹ́ bá rí Àwórì tó jókòó tó ń sọ ń pa ìtàn bàbá ńlẹ̀ tẹ́ sì ń dismiss ẹ̀ lójú ẹ̀ kò dáa o. Yorùbá ni wá o. Ọ̀rọ̀ wà important o. Ọ̀rọ̀ lè fa ogun. Ẹ máa gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ lè fa ogun ó tún lè fa peace. Ẹ jẹ́ aṣọ́ra. Kí ló mú yín rò pé mi ò rogun rí? Iṣẹ́ ìwọ̀n kan tí mo ń ṣe.
A lè rí mọ̀ ẹ̀ tí ìjà rí.
Kí ló mú yín rò pé mi ò tí ì ja ogun rí?
Ẹ̀ tí ìjà mo lè kú para mi fún mi.
Ṣé máa ń pa Amẹ́ríkà mo wà?
Mo ń sọ fún yín brother mi. Èmi lè sọ èmi ti ja ogun 6. Ọ̀tọ̀ ní ká rí ogun. Ọ̀tọ̀ ní ká ẹ ja ogun. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká sọ.
Ibo lẹ ti jagun sá?
Wàhálà wà.
Mo jagun Nàìjíríà. Mo jagun Sierra Leone. Mo jagun Rwanda. Mo jagun Somalia. Mo jagun
Sọ wàhálà. Ẹ ṣeun gan.
ẹ má jẹ́ ká
Thanks for your service to the Nigerian.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká slap fún wọn.
As a military, sir, you are obedient to the civilian rule. Politician ló rán yín iṣẹ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ politics láti ń sọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ politics ló ń fa ogun.
No, politics ò rán mi iṣẹ́ o. Politician ò rán mi iṣẹ́.
Ẹ wo, tẹ́ bá jẹ́ sọ́jà. You are a servant to the commander-in-chief of army forces.
No, sir. It's a mistake. I joined Nigerian army to serve Nigerian, not the chief of army staff, not the commander-in-chief, sir. No.
More politics.
Yes, sir. Bàbá wa.
No, mo fẹ́ máa lọ ẹ má wọrí.
No. Answer on it is a. This is.
No. Ẹ bọ̀ wọlé ṣẹlẹ̀. Ó ti
get
to the point.
Professor, what I 2 questions. Two questions. Okay. Number 1, anybody serving in the Nigerian army, did you serve as a regular officer?
Certified regular intake. Certified regular. NCO, non-commissioned officer, but I'm a captain today.
Non-commissioned, you converted to a commissioned officer?
I know converted. I went for the course in the Command Staff College in Jaji.
In Jaji?
Yeah.
Okay, who was the GOC when you served in Sierra Leone, when you fought the war, the Sierra Leonean war?
Maxwell Kobe.
Maxwell Kobe?
That's my commandant, yeah.
I said was the general officer commanding. That was
there's nothing like general officer commanding. Hold on. You ask me questions, sir. Let me lecture you, sir. There's nothing like general officer in commanding in we have field commander. And when we fight the war,
it was Victor Malu that led
commander. There's nothing like GOC.
In Sierra Leone, sir.
Hold on, sir. I have my medal here. Sit at me. I have my ECOMOG medal here. Don't tell me my job.
Yeah, congrats, sir.
When you talk of GOC, they are general officer in command, 81, 82 division. When you talk of war, we have field commander. And the first field commander was Joshua Dogoyaro in Liberia. The second one was Tuji Olurin. So I serve under them. This is my job. You don't teach me my job, sir.
All right.
To receive order rightly.
I agree with you. I won't teach you your job.
Yeah, absolutely correct.
Bàbá receive order, but Bàbá ò mọ ibi tó dà ti wá.
No, sir.
Ẹ ṣeun gan sir. Ìyá wa.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Shaggy. Ẹ má bínú. Ọ̀tọ̀ ni kò receive order. Ọ̀tọ̀ ni kò serve nation. I'm a man under the command. But I'm serving Nigerian army, not the GOC. GOC can give me a command.
Military man does not serve the civilian government in America. They serve America. Sir.
This is the problem of Nigerian armed forces, sir.
The military serves the civilian government in America.
Sir.
The president does the commander-in-chief.
I'm talking about the military in their country does not serve any civilian. Okay?
They serve the nation.
They serve the nation.
That's your constitution.
I serve the nation.
Check the constitution. No military man serve any civilian government. They are making a mistake.
To make a mistake.
Don't confuse the general public.
Okay.
Any suru.
By saying that.
Ẹ jẹ́ ìṣàlàyé ara mi.
You are insulting the people by saying that.
Ẹ máa gbọ́.
We don't serve civilians.
Sir.
We serve the nation.
You see, sir,
Any
I'm not
suru.
being Dr. Shaggy. Host, man. I will be the most foolish man of the century. Kimamba medical doctor Junior. I will be the most useless man of the century. Kimamba architect Junior. I joined Nigerian Army. I was 27 years old. 1992 as a 35 regular intake. I went
Thank
to
you for your
Liberia
service, sir.
before, okay? I was there for 7 years. I went to Sierra Leone City.
Daddy,
Hall.
Emma,
All my neighbors.
Prof, God bless
Thank you
you.
for your service.
Ẹ kò ẹ ka ẹ.
Sir, thank you for your service, Prof.
Have you seen
Prof.
it? So, we are not serving
Nice service.
the Guinean, sir. We are serving
Prof.
the nation. That's why they
Prof,
call it
thank you for your
national
service. Wọ́n ẹ jẹ́ sọ kí ní kò fi.
Serve any country.
Ẹ jẹ́ ìṣàlàyé bí kò ṣe tó ṣe.
Dr. Ṣẹ́gun, I think he wants to. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ from Baba Awori. Baba Awori, ẹ sọ ọ̀kan tó fẹ́ sọ. Adego, ẹ ní sùúrù, ẹ jọ, ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ.
Nísòro, ọ̀rọ̀ governance náà sọ ìyáwó ẹ jẹ́ ìṣàlàyé fún yín right. In even gan kátẹ̀ tó dé ọ̀rọ̀ pé à ń ṣe democracy right, tá a bá padà sí ìgbà wáṣẹ̀, ọba nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ló lórí ìlú.
Olúṣẹ́gun Adéoyè, yes.
A ní jagunjagun, ọ̀dà ọba ló ń jẹ́ kọ́ jagunjagun lọ jọba kán lọ jà. Tí ọba ò bá give instruction láti lọ jà, ẹni tó bá lọ jà, ó máa ṣe kí ni, ó máa tẹ́. Nígbà tá a wá dé ọ̀rọ̀ civilian, be it even the military or civilian role, wherever, ẹni tó bá jẹ́ olórí ìlú, in the case of civilian, is the president. Tó bá sì jẹ́ pé military gan, wọ́n máa ń pè wọ́n ní kíni, wọ́n máa ń pè wọ́n náà head of state. Àwọn ni commander in chief of the army forces.
100%.
Àwọn ló máa ń jókòó pé a fẹ́ lọ jagun bí o, a jagun bí. Wọ́n máa wá fún chief of army staff or chief of any staff bí could be army navy. Wọ́n máa wá fún wọn ní civilian direct instruction pé ẹ lọ jagun níbi bye. So bàbá wa prof, thank you for your service. Iṣẹ́ tó ń ran yín lẹ jẹ́, wọ́n ní ẹni tó bá rán ní iṣẹ́, ẹni tó bá rán ní iṣẹ́ la ẹ máa gbọ́.
Ẹ má bínú sà, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, inú mi dùn kí ẹ ti rí pé ẹ sọ pé you are talking of the Armed Forces Ruling Council. Armed Forces Ruling Council, sir, number one, you have no power to send anybody into the war. Okay? Do you know the Liberian Sierra Leone war, sir, was set up by ECOWAS? And under the ECOWAS, they had chairman. So the chairman requested from each country that, look, there's a war in Liberia, there's a war in Sierra Leone. What can you do to contribute your quota? Now, let's say we are in civilian government now, okay? Now, the chairman of ECOWAS, Economic State of West Africa, we now call the each president of West Africa. Please, there's a war, a neighboring war. What can we do? What can you do? Now, the commander-in-chief, the president, will now determine at his own discretion that I'm going to send a Nigerian troop. Okay, so he has given his own word to the chairman of ECOWAS. Now, when the man return home, he will not sit down the three powerful men or the four, the chief of army staff, chief of naval staff, and the chief of air staff, then including the chief of defense staff, that now I need you to gather your voice. All they need is the order. But the Nigerians will not wake up without the ECOWAS. Now that's one go. In the United Nations, they will call us, call the president. Sir, there's a war in Kosovo. There's a war in this place. There's a war. We need Nigerians.
Help us to power tap because they are giving me puzzle.
Ẹ sọ kí ní ẹ ní Yorùbá, ẹ má sọ wọ́ ẹ ní English nítorí tí.
Ẹ má bínú, wọ́n sọ pé ogun ó ń jà níbì kan. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ kí lẹ lè ṣe fún wa. You are part of United Nations.
Help us to power tap. They will drop us because they are giving me.
Ọmọ wa dìde, a fún United Nations Secretary General, a fún ní wọ́n fẹ́ ọ̀dà pé.
Okay, Dr. Ṣẹ́gun Àbí.
Ẹ ní sọ̀rọ̀ prof. Nǹkan tí mo sọ, ẹ ti sọ mọ́rọ̀. Ìdí tí ò fi dá kí military máa wà nídìí ìjọba nídìí ìlú rẹ̀ òun lẹ́ ń gbọ́ yìí o. Don't ever allow a military man to be your head of state. They are not good at politics. Baba improve ẹ, bàbá ńlá bàbá improve ẹ ni o. Nǹkan tẹ́ sọ ń sìn, ECOWAS ṣe sọ yẹn, there's an arrangement for the members' country. And each of those members' country are represented by the respective president of the country.
Yes.
Láàrin ara wọn, wọ́n yan chairman ECOWAS nìyẹn. Now, tó bá ti wá agree pé a fẹ́ lọ jagun, I need your mẹ́wàá.
Olúṣọlá, thank you.
President ẹ̀ máa jókòó.
Gifters, thank you so much.
Wọ́n ṣe máa yan èèyàn mẹ́wàá yẹn.
Thank you, Olúṣọlá.
President yẹn ló máa wá fún àwọn nọ́mbà títí ẹ̀ ló máa fún ECOWAS. President yẹn ló rán ọmọ ìlú ẹ̀ níṣẹ́ kó lọ sí ECOWAS. Gbogbo instruction tó bá fún yín, àwọn instruction tó wọn president civilian rule tó ti agree lẹ́ ń lọ ṣe. Ẹ wo jagun fúnra yín, you are only obeying the order of the civil order of the civilian representatives.
Àgbàdà mi ẹ ṣe ogun yàtọ̀ sógun. Èyí tí àwọn àtọ̀.
Ìfẹ́ báyìí tún sọ ogun
No, sir.
Ẹ wo ẹni sùúrù. Ẹ jẹ́ àsọ fún yín, ẹ wo bàbá wa.
Ogun yàtọ̀ ẹni sùúrù ẹjẹ́ ìmàlẹ́ yìí sà. Ṣẹ́ni tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní Ukraine.
Ṣókùndínlẹ̀ ẹ fẹ́ sọ báyìí, ṣókùndínlẹ̀ ẹ fẹ́ sọ báyìí.
No. Ẹni sùúrù n tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní Ukraine between Ukraine and Russia ogun nìyẹn. No, now tó bá pè wá gbọdọ̀ sáà pé káwá lọ lọ́jagun à ń lọ as a peacemaker. So in the way
Yes, sir.
Mo
ń gbọ́ sà.
Host, ẹ mú ẹgbẹ́ Mr. Remi wá sókè. He's a contemporary.
Who is Mr. Remi? Has he requested?
Ó ti request.
Oh, okay.
Professor gidi lélẹ́yìí o, ẹni sùúrù.
Exactly.
Ẹni sùúrù náà, àyè máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ máa rí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ Mr. Remi yẹn, professor gidi náà wọn.
Okay.
And area expertise wọn lẹ́wà yìí. Èmi á jẹ́ kí professor Remi ẹ̀ka bọ̀. Ẹ̀yin prof sí prof, ẹ máa bára yín sọ̀rọ̀, ó ti sún èmi o.
Ẹjẹ́ parí ọ̀rọ̀ mi sà. Now ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ ogun rẹ̀ sà lórí. Now mo ń ṣàlàyé sí pé ogun wà ní Russia àti Ukraine sí.
Compassionate.
Now United Nations Peacekeeping, United Nations United Nations Assembly wọ́n sọ pé there is time for us to make peace. So they need the special forces that was trained just like the way I'm training here. So
United Nations General Assembly.
They will request, okay, they come to Nigeria. Ẹjọ́ ìyára Nigeria ẹ mọ̀ pé ogun ṣẹlẹ̀. Lílọ táwa ń lọ, we are going as a peacemaker between the Ukraine and the Russia. So we are not going under the Nigerian army. We are going under the United Nations Peacekeeping Force. We are not going to fight war. We are going there to make peace. Where everybody will come, they will visit Putin. They will visit Zelensky. Okay, we need to stop the one in their side. Let's do a ceasefire. What can we do? Agreement keep going. But we are there to make peace. Now, what happened in Liberia, when we were there as a peacekeeper, now it was torn. The people did not listen. Chancellor never listened. George Bole never listened. Alhaji Nkrumah never listened. Roosevelt Johnson never listened. So now, Babangida said, it's time to turn it to peace enforcement. Èyí tí àwọn Hausa ń pè ní Operation Lafia Doli. It's not time for you to enforce the peace because we went as a peacemaker. So ìyẹn ò kì í ṣe war. You went there as a peacemaker. Ọ̀tí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá sọ pé ogun ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí. So tí ìlú méjì bá ń jagun yàtọ̀, tí Nàìjíríà àti Kútọ́nù bá ń jagun sí.
Ẹ jẹ́ kẹ́sìpà sọ̀rọ̀. Bro.
So there's a war and there's a peacekeeper.
Bàbá orin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi.
À ń gbọ́ yín, Mr. Remi.
Prof gidi lélẹ́yìí o.
Àwọn náà prof gidi ni wọ́n sa ẹjọ́, don't know insult please.
I'm actually taking a run, so the bank arrow in my background, there might be.
Okay, sir.
So, few things. One, I think it's simple. Just go and check the armed forces out and read them there who has the right to mobilize Nigerian military. Whether UNO or anything. Oh, that means it's all there. You're making me lose my.
Abe, please mute, sir.
So, all of these things are in the armed forces part of Nigeria. Who has the right to mobilize? UN has cannot mobilize Nigerian military. They can request. All this one that we're going round and round, I don't know. But that aside, there are a number of issues that surface that they are very alarming. So the first one is the logic of what Trump was saying. That, Fashola is an Ekiti man. He became the governor of Lagos State. Someone is an ijebu man. He became governor of Lagos State. So therefore, you Lagosians cannot really claim, you cannot say, you don't have the right to say someone is an indigenous or not. Or everybody has the same right. The logic behind that is you're saying that these people, there's a trend connecting them. They are Yoruba people. You say because Yoruba people allow their Yoruba brothers to hold political position in their space, automatically their space is a no man's land. And I think it's highly disrespectful and it's highly insensitive. The reason they are allowing those people there is because they are Yoruba. And it should not be coming from a Yoruba public saying, now you've lost your right because other Yoruba people are doing that. It's highly insensitive. So that's one side. The other is about whether someone is, I'm not calling it indigenous, but you're saying indigenous. Now, a lot of people live abroad, and all they do is
thank you, sir.
They don't know how those countries run. Usually, there are two ways where indigenous or citizenship in some instance can be allocated. One is called jus soli, and you can Google it. It's a Latin term but common in political science. Jus soli means you acquire citizenship by right of being born in a place. And that is common in immigrant countries. Canada, US, right? What we don't know is that US is a two-state solution. Canada is a two-state solution. Within those places, you also have, outside those immigrants, whether you're in US or Canada, you are immigrants. The white people are immigrants. They just came earlier, right? But they have indigenous in those places. In Canada, you will call them First Nation. In America, you call them Native American. You see that their land is indigenous land. And you cannot say by virtue, if you find yourself in that territory and they born you there, you cannot claim Native American status. Because it's a different system. There's called Jews and Greeks. That is by blood. So you find by blood being in countries that are populated by indigenous people. Nigeria is an example. It is not populated by immigrants. It's indigenous. People are indigenous to that land. That is why you use the Jews sandwich for that by blood. And that is why Nigeria Constitution said that your grandparents, at least your grandparents, must belong to a community indigenous to that land. It's there in that constitution.
Yeah, that's 3-1. It's also
hold on, Governor. I don't want to miss my thought. So people just assume, in America, if they give birth to you, yes, it's a different thing. We have on certain issues from our constitution. It's mentioned indigeneity, it's mentioned community that are indigenous there. That you are born in Lagos does not necessarily make you an indigenous of Lagos. This thing was spelled out correctly, especially when they were doing the agitation for Lagos State movement. And they released those statements around 1900. And they defined who a Lagosian is. And this was what was accepted. It's either you are indigenous to that place and you have an agreement. It was specific. You must have an agreement, or your parents, your ancestors have been in that place at least 30 years before that 1900, and they do not claim any other place in Nigeria. Go to the archive, it's there. It's well defined. That is why the likes of Badibo Road will tell you I'm a negotiation because they were there. Not that they have an agole. Baba Warriors people have been there. Or they were indigenous, they can point to your agole. That is what makes someone an indigent. Now, lastly, on the issue of someone saying the Guns are indigenous and things, I will get home in the next 15 minutes, and I have a document from, I think, around 17 something, when the Europeans initially came, and they documented the history of Lagos, and they said the Badagry, so people talking about Badagry. And they talk about how the Igbo people came to seek refuge with their worries. They were not indigenous. They came to Alapa, they specifically mentioned it in that document. That they came to Ghana and they gave them a place, and they settled there. So this issue of no. If we are going to say that these things are very sensitive issues, and we should not just be flippant about it. I just don't think it's right.
Yeah,
that your brother did something for you. Hold on. Yeah.
Let him finish, sir. Please, Dr. Shegun.
I respond to you because
I just think it's the insensitive that I'm enjoying the benefit for my brother, and then because of that, I'm saying their land is no man's land. I think it's highly insensitive. We need to be.
Thank you.
thank you, Prof.
Can I respond now?
Number one.
Let Dr. Shegun talk. Okay, yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Dr. Shegun, go on.
Yeah, Prof. I would sincerely appreciate that document you're talking about. If you can share with me, I'm an historian. And I can tell you without missing words that everything you've said, majority of it, aside the fact that there was an agreement that if you settle between a particular time, you can become an indigent in Lagos. That's the only one that we accept from you. Every other thing you said is wrong. It's displacement. 1900, I know of that.
You don't get
every other.
Let me respond. Let me respond.
One by one.
I respectfully asked you that particular document you're talking about.
I'm not talking about document here.
That was presented by Colonia. Where
I didn't mention Colonia.
In Lagos, if you can provide it.
Doctor, can you listen?
I'm coming. Let me land. I heard you saying, pardon me, let me land. I heard you saying, people seek refuge in Lagos and they allocated a space for them. Provide that document. Because
I'm going to provide it.
somebody just mentioned here that we should not insult our heritage.
Hold on. I talked about it. Maybe you mean you are just No, you are so sorry. Any so.
No, and you call Dr. Shegun talk. Professor Remi no sọ. No, please, ẹ má insult anybody. Don't insult anybody.
Don't insult anybody here. You don't know who we are talking to.
You don't know me.
Don't insult anybody here. You don't know who we are talking to.
Doctor,
somebody is in real life.
Sorry, please. Okay. That's okay. Sorry.
Professor Remi is a prof in real life.
Baba worry, please. Do not insult anybody, please.
You know our profile.
So this is the second time.
Sorry, sir. Prof. Emma Binu, please. So sorry about that. Please, no insult. Let's just respect ourselves, please.
Emma Binu, Morawa, but display intellectual discussion. Indeed.
Are you the
if that's what you listen to? Nobody is in real life. If that's what you want, which are respect? Okay, listen. Is that his host?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Our conversations on what can they scroll by because people are listening. Baba Olagbaye sọ kíní kan fún mi lọ́sẹ̀ yìí on the president àwa mi. Wọ́n níbo tí irọ́ bá ti wà tí ò bá sí òótọ́ irọ́ ẹ̀ ló máa ń di òótọ́. Èmi ò sì lè wá ń bí ìkan máa sọ ń pa bàbá mi ni máa sọ̀rọ̀.
Nígbà tí prof yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́, ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ indigene bó ṣe wá gbogbo ẹ ṣe rí pé mi ò sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn síbò tọ́jú lébi ó mọ̀ wá sọ̀rọ̀ military n tèmi sọ ni pé àmọ́ repeat pé ọmọ tá a bá bí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ mi ò sọ indigene because you were just coming to fight about indigene I did not mention indigene.
Oh, you are right.
As long you are
right. So
you are negotiable. That's what I said.
We are listening to you. We have to right. You never talk about indigenous.
Ẹ jẹ́ sọ bí confusion ẹ̀ wà. Tẹ́ bá ti dárúkọ Èkó, Kingdom kan lẹ́ ń dárúkọ ẹ̀. Tẹ́ bá ti dárúkọ Lagos, agboolé wọn kan lẹ́ ń dárúkọ ẹ̀.
I say if you are born in Lagos state.
Ẹni sùn ẹ ṣe ń fi state sínú ẹ̀ máa ń sùn.
Àti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àti ìlàsán ló kọ́ ní Lagos.
Ó ṣe ṣe àgbọ̀.
You are Lagos.
Tẹ́ bá sọ pé Èkó, ẹgbó, tẹ́ bá sọ pé Èkó,
àwọn
ẹni sùn, ẹni sùn, tẹ́ bá sọ pé Èkó, àwọn agboolé kan lẹ́ ń bá wí.
Àwọn agboolé kan wà wọ́n ní Lagos state.
Tẹ́ bá ní Lagos ẹ ṣe ń clarify tẹ́ bá ní Lagos state.
Wọ́n ní bá bá tiẹ̀ bíyàn lóńdó state you are from Ondo. Wọ́n lè sọ pé Ondo ní bá bá sọ pé Ondo state bá bá sọ pé Lagos state Ìkẹjà wà gbogbo ẹ̀ wà Agége wà they are part of Lagos.
Mr. May, please don't call anybody TikTok.
Tó tí mò ń sọ nìyẹn nígbà tí ẹgbẹ́ bros sókè mi ò bá jiyàn tí mò ń sọ ni pé whether your mother came from here but as long you were born in Lagos you are a Lagosian. Mo dẹ̀ dó lérí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn.
No sir, that's not right sir. That's not right.
Can't buy that word.
But Lagosians are telling you that that's not right, and they are saying it. Aside from the
if you are born in Lagos, if you are born in Lagos, okay, Prof.
I want to clarify difference between indigenous Lagos and Lagosian. You know me by Lagosian.
Àwọn indigenous, àwọn tán tẹ̀dó sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àwọn tán lè kú. Tí mi bá ṣe mistake, mo ń sọ ẹni tá a bí lè, okay ẹni tá a bá bí lè kú.
You're saying is a resident, right?
Yeah, no, resident is different. Resident is different. Má sọ resident. Ẹni tó wá tí n bá wá látòǹdó tí mo lọ sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ mo resident. But ọmọ tí mo bá bí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ is not a resident, sir. Born in Lagos, and it's a Lagosian.
So, ẹ jẹ́ àsọ̀npa yẹn sir. Ẹ jẹ́ àsọ̀npa yẹn. Tẹ́ ẹ bá jẹ́ resident Èkó, now tẹ́ bá sọ Èkó ń sin ẹ̀ sọ̀npa Èkó Kingdom ni o àbí Lagos State lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ sọ.
Lagos State ni mo sọ.
Tẹ́ ẹ bá wá sí Lagos State ẹ bá jẹ́ residence. Ibo tẹ́ ti wá lọ́mọ yín ti wá o. Ẹ bá bí ọmọ ẹ máa jẹ́ ní sùúrù. Ẹ ní sùúrù. Ẹ jẹ́ àṣàlàyé ẹ̀ fún yín sà.
No, sir, no.
Ẹ jẹ́ àṣàlàyé ẹ̀. No, ní sùúrù. No, àbẹ̀ ní sùúrù. Ẹ jẹ́ àṣàlàyé ẹ̀. Tẹ́ ẹ bá jẹ́ resident Lagos, tẹ́ ẹ bá bímọ sí Lagos State, ọmọ tẹ́ bí yẹn Nigeria ló lè guarantee the citizenship of Nigeria. Ọmọ ẹ̀yin ò ń ṣe Lagos State o. Ondo yín ló ti wá o. Ẹ bá bí fún yín síbẹ̀, he still a resident o. Wọ́n kàn gbé mi o.
Òun ló dín fẹ́ fún àwọn gómìnà tó ń rúlù nílé ni.
Ẹ mọ̀ kọ́ta ń sọ, àwọn tá a nílùú ń sọ ń pa ìlú wa, ẹ sì ń bá wa káyọ̀. And that's the insult.
Ẹ ṣe challenge Sanwó-Olú ńgbà tó wá.
Ẹ wo mo sọ fún yín nǹkan tó mú mi lọ sí nǹkan tó mú mi lọ sí bẹ̀rẹ̀ constitution tá a ń lò nípa nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ 1966 ó ní ìdí tí mo fi lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kó tẹ́ bá mọ ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ nǹkan ẹ̀yin máa jump on it.
But it's not about something.
The democratic system tó ń run Nigeria right now.
It's democratic.
Ẹ máa gbọ́ ẹ dúró ẹ ní sùúrù. Ẹ ní sùúrù.
Ẹ tó ń tú ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn sọ tí mo sọ.
Ẹ jẹ́ ṣàlàyé ẹ̀ náà. System tí wọ́n run Nigeria wọ́n fi elect governor. Lagos State nìkan náà ti ń abuse ẹ o ó sì máa tó gẹ o nǹkan tẹ́ ṣe ń ṣe yìí tá a bá gbọ́ra wa ní ìwọ̀síwọ̀sí ní sùúrù nǹkan tó lè fa ogun láàrin wa nílé yìí o kò sì yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ o ó tọ́ kó sọ fún yín o nǹkan tá a lè ṣe ní sùúrù nǹkan tá a lè sọ ní pé ẹ jẹ́ á sọ̀rọ̀ kó yé ara wa bó tẹ́ bá wá insult wa lójú ara wa ó máa dé point kan a máa dẹ̀wọ̀n boys lẹ́wọ̀n kò yẹ kó.
Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ ọmọ Èkó gangan tẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ìbíjì. Tẹ́ bá mẹ́sàn gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ta ló ń bá yín jà nìkan ni mò ń bá yín jà. Etí mò ń sọ ni pé mi sọ pé ẹ̀ wá láti Èkó mo sọ pé ọmọ tá a bá bí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Ní tí mò ń sọ tẹ́yìn tẹ̀ fẹ́ jà ní sẹ́ńtírì yìí ẹ má ì tí ìjà o ẹ jẹ́ kí bàbá yín jẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run as long tí Tinubu wà wà bẹ́ẹ̀ lè já nǹkan kan má tara yín ẹ má tara yín rárá ẹ kà á jà sí yín àti bàbá yín bá jẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run ló kẹ́ ẹ má jà sí ẹ máa bára yín ní kírímánjẹ́ ẹ má bá ẹ má
Yes, sir.
ẹ mọ̀ kó tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nítorí àwọn tó ń gbọ́ yín ẹni sábẹ̀ ní sùúrù tá a bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó ń bọ́ tó serious jọ ní sùúrù nítorí àwọn tó ń gbọ́ yín nílé àti tó ń gbọ́ yín nígbà gbangba ó wà important nǹkan tá a bá ń gbé sórí afẹ́fẹ́ kó wà much more
accurate.
àwọn tá a jẹ́ Lagos State indigene nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí program yìí fọwọ́ sí o.
Ọmọ Èkó lèmi náà sà.
Ibo lẹ tú àmà ẹ dúró ibo lẹ tú àmà.
Ọmọ Ìṣìnlókun ní sà.
Ẹ ṣeun gan so in fact ẹrí sì ìyá wa ń sìn ẹrí ọmọ ìdílé kan ìdílé wọn náà orúkọ ìdílé wọn náà dárúkọ yẹn o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni sà.
wọ́n sọ yẹn sì mo mọ ibi tó ti wá àwọn sìn lóde sọ pé ọmọ Èkó náà wọn in fact kò tẹ̀ ẹ́ ṣọmọ Èkó nìkan.
Ọmọ ọba ni wá àwa ọmọ ọba ni wá.
Nǹkan mi lè sọ bàbá yìí nǹkan mi lè sọ.
Àwọn tó wà ní ẹ̀túndì ẹ̀ wà lẹ́yìn
ẹ fi politics sílẹ̀ jọ.
gbogbo wọn tó kan tí mò ń sọ nìyẹn ẹ̀yà ẹ̀yin ọmọ Èkó ẹni náà lẹ́nu kíkà jàkàrà èyí tí ló ń bọ̀ èyí tí ló ń bọ̀ sí wọn ní lẹ́nu kíkà èyí tó pẹ̀ èyí ọmọ ọdún lẹ́nu ọjà èyí tí ló ń bọ̀ wá lùlù ní ẹ̀sìn bàbá
Adílẹ̀ yìí
Professor PJ, let me ask you a question. Professor, are you there?
I'm here.
It's just a question. So like my question. Can you tell me what the United Nations Indigenous Rights Act says?
About what?
On
network.
Repeat it.
Ẹ má dàbí governor lóhùn. Even what I be governor ń sọ gan. There are so many things to settle.
Network yẹn sá lọ ẹtú.
Okay, jẹ́ kí n máa ó dàbí pé tí máa fẹ́ sọ ẹ máa ń fi òògùn mú network yìí mọ́lẹ̀.
Bí kò.
Àwọn òǹdó lóògùn gan.
Àwọn àmì rẹ̀ ọ́ ìlọ́kù.
So ẹjọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ bá wa ka section 318 section 1 ṣẹlẹ̀ tó bá wa ka.
Ló bá tán.
Bọ̀dá bè ẹ̀yin gan ẹ lọ́wọ́ àkọ́ṣe sí nẹ́tíwọ́ọ̀kì yìí.
Èmi ò sí mẹ́ o.
Ẹni sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀túnú under our 1978 Land Use Act ẹjọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ bá wa.
Kí ló dé? Ta ló ń mute yín?
Oya, Abe.
Because I think confused we are ẹtí mú àlọ́ ẹjọ́ ẹ bá wa kà síta káwọn.
Brother me, Abe. I understand what you are saying. Somebody me understand. Pé indigenous Lagos wà ní mo kàn ń ṣeré ní bóyá mi understand.
Ok, wọ́n láwọn ń ṣeré ní ẹjẹ́ àpàtẹ́wọ́ fún wọn. Wọ́n mọ̀ pàwọ́ ọmọ Èkó wà.
Ṣẹ́ni jẹ́ ìgbésẹ̀ gbé wá sí i. Jẹ́ ìjẹ́gbé wá, wọ́n ti pàdé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín lórí platform. Tẹ̀ ń jà fún bàbá yìí Tinubu. Ẹ̀dẹ̀mọ̀ kó bàbá yóò ṣe ìdíjìnà so ǹjẹ́ yìí fẹ́ fàyọ̀ sí kò tí ì dásìkò. Bí ká má sọ pé àtúntò mo rá ọkọ bàbá ìjà ètí mo ṣe ní gbogbo bá ṣe sọ́ọ̀sì táwọn kan bá ṣe débi kan wọ́n sì sọ fún mi pé Tinubu tí wọ́n ní ṣé ẹni bí òun mo sọ̀rọ̀ fún pé ẹ̀yin ọmọ Èkó mo ní ẹ̀yin olẹ́ni ìtajà mo dẹ̀ sọ ṣé ẹni gbogbo ìjà
Ok, ẹ mute everybody ẹ kàtàyè ka constitution definition section 318 yẹn. Subsection 1 of the Nigerian Constitution, which says defines belonging to a state and indigene as the person either of whose parents or any of whose parents was a member of a community indigenous to that state. So that's what the 318 says.
No. You are right, sir. Right. Me, so right. Ǹjẹ́ get ní tí mo sọ fún yín pé ṣé ẹni gbogbo tẹ̀ yìí wá. Ẹ bá wà mí ṣé ẹni gbogbo tẹ̀ yìí wá ń kà sí tẹ̀ ń kà yìí. Ẹ máa kóra yín jọ ni. tẹ́ bá fẹ́ gba ìlú yín padà jọ̀rọ̀ ti yẹ but for now ẹ̀sìn ni kẹ́ má bàa lọ sí kérémájẹ.
ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ máa sọ yìí ara insult nìyẹn.
Amẹ́ríkà wà ní gbogbo wọn ayọ̀ wá ọ̀fun.
ẹni sùúrù
wọ́n tẹ́ ń sọ wá ìsọ
we are making fun.
Compassionate.
ẹ má take it personal tí mò ń sọ.
mo sọ pé ọkàn rí life prof lẹ́kàn ẹni kí n apologize ẹ̀yin ń bú bàbá ńlá wa ẹ̀sìn rán wa lọ́lé a ti ń sọ fún yẹn ẹ̀sìn
Prof, ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin náà.
ẹni sùúrù ìtí mò ń sọ. ẹ jẹ́ land ẹni sùúrù.
ó dọ̀wọ́ Lagos State mélòó lẹ́yìn gbà lálejò lóńdó tẹgbà fún establish ọmọ Lagos State mélòó tẹgbà fún establish lóńdó gbogbo ilé ẹ̀kọ́ àti Lagos State tẹwà establish tẹgbà yàn lọ́dọ̀ ikọ́ establish.
àwọn àǹdó máa ń kọ́
ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ tiwa látàrọ̀ ẹ̀dẹ̀
ẹni sùúrù máa ń ṣe ní tẹ́mẹ́tọ̀ yẹn kò ń ṣe bí ìjà ni.
ẹjọ́ ẹ báyìí sọ tiwa mọ́ ẹjọ́ ẹ̀yin ní tó bá lọ kùtù
ọ̀rọ̀ tí ẹ fẹ́ sọ tẹ̀.
ọ̀rọ̀ politics kọ́ là ń sọ.
ẹni sùúrù mà ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ politics là ń sọ. mo ń sọ
wọ́n gbà kí kíní kan wọlé wọ́n gbà kí kíní kan wá jọba wọ́n gbà kí kíní kan wá jọba.
ẹbí ni wọ́n fi wọ́n jọba ní.
ẹ ẹ̀ fi wá sílẹ̀.
Ọládìpọ̀ báyìí.
ok
ẹ fi wá sílẹ̀ àwa gbàlejò ní àgbàlejò mọ́ra ìlú ilẹ̀ gbàlejò mọ́ra lóyún sọ̀tọ̀ ẹ mọ̀ pé ń rán wọn sílé ni gbogbo ìyọ́dẹ̀ dákẹ́ sí látàárọ̀ ẹ rán wọn sílé nìyẹn náà ó máa rán wọn sílé àti ọmọ àlè à ń ṣọmọ àdánẹ́nu láti fi sọ̀rọ̀ ní Lagos State wa ẹjọ́ ẹ̀dẹ̀ lóko sínú ṣé ìyọ̀ state kẹfì wọ́n lè ṣe wọ́n sílé.
a sọ pé bú bàbá ńlá wa ẹran wa lọ ní
ẹ ti sọ di ìjà.
gbogbo à ń sọ dìjà.
tí wọ́n fẹ́ jà á lè kọ́ sínú ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ sá.
a ní kì í ṣọ̀rọ̀ eré prof ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ ni.
àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè mo sọ nǹkan tí mo sọ tẹ̀ nínú sí.
Prof, I think the majority of these people are saying that the way.
ọmọ ọdún yìí ni kò ń ṣe ọmọ Lagos State.
ẹ má gbọ́
ó jẹ́ kí lórí sọ́kìlẹ̀ wá sọ.
mo sọ pé wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní wọ́n ní real life wọ́n bínú wọ́n sì bú bàbá ńlá tí wọ́n ń sọ wá.
sọ́kìlẹ̀ ìwúlẹ̀ wá ń bínú síbẹ̀.
ẹ ń bú bàbá ńlá wa ìran wa lẹ́bù náà kí ló dé.
mi ò bú anybody.
ẹ ń bú wa ní náà
Ẹ má bínú sí Prof. Yes sir.
ẹ rán wa lọ́dẹ ní náà.
bí wọ́n sì ń ṣẹlẹ̀ àti ló dé.
ó sì ẹ̀dẹ̀jẹ́ kí
ọmọ àwòrán mi o.
fẹ́ gbé mi sọ̀kalẹ̀ ẹ tó bá gbé mi sọ̀kalẹ̀.
lójú
Yes,
yóò
sir.
sì gún bàbá wa.
Ìsúnmọ́ ọ̀bùn ẹ má wọ̀rí ọ̀bùn.
This is uncalled for now. wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn kan wá jẹ gọ́fúnà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ èèyàn kan wá jẹ kíní lẹ́kọ̀ọ́
ẹni
èèyàn
tó
kan wá
ní
jẹ
ẹni tó jẹ gọ́fúnà.
ẹ fi sílẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ kó jẹ
irọ́
gọ́fúnà.
ọ̀gbẹ́ni náà ẹni lẹ́yìn sọ pé àwọn kan fẹ́ẹ́ ẹ̀yin lẹ́yìn kan tàbí ti ara yín.
ọ̀rọ̀ ló nílùú lẹ̀ ń sọ ẹ̀sọ́ ń pa òǹdó.
ẹ sọ pa
ẹni
òjò.
tí
ọ̀rọ̀
ẹ̀yin
ìlú
lẹ́yìn kan
nílùú
tàbí
lẹ̀
ti
ń
ara
sọ.
yín. ẹ̀yin lẹ́yìn sọ pé àwọn ìbejì ẹni tó
aṣọ bóńkè ẹgbẹ́ wa rọ̀.
ẹni tó bí àwọn àti ọtí lọ. sí
àwọn tá a
àwọn
lè lò
program.
àwọn tá a lè lò
àwọn ọmọdé God State láti support ẹ̀ títí tó fi kú.
ẹjọ professor àwọn tó
yá
àti
àná ọ̀gá
Ẹgbẹ́ rẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ mú.
ọmọ arán professor lọ lẹ́yìn
irọ́ kò jọra mọ́.
Ẹ fẹ́ mú wọn lọ́lẹ̀.
professor
ẹ bèrè mọ́ ń gbọ́ mo jẹ yín.
fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ question pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ìwọ́n náà pa àwọn ọmọ àwọn èèyàn àwọn lẹ́gọ́ṣà àwọn ọmọ tán àdèmá pàtàn yẹn lẹ́nu
ó yá bá mi pa mò ń gbọ́.
rọ́ọ̀kì máa yọ̀ pé wá ṣe wọ́n pé majority ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá láti Ondo àti Èkìtì especially Akoko axis ẹ̀ ń ṣe Yorùbá. Akoko was part of the Northern Constabulary. Ṣé wọ́n yẹn ṣá?
ẹ máa sọ.
ṣé pọ̀ wọ́n ẹrú
Mr. Bide má
Ẹ̀rù
bínú.
Fúlàní náà wọ́n wá kó fún ẹgbẹ́
jẹ́rìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ti sùn báyìí.
Calabash ṣe lábẹ́ ìtajà púpọ̀ ẹ̀mú.
ẹ lè gbọ́ pé àtọ̀húnrìn wá wá jẹ́ ẹni sọ̀rọ̀ sí èmi máa wá rọ yín padà báyìí mo máa wá rọ yín padà
ó ní fẹ́ máa dùn fún ọ̀gá ẹ̀dẹ̀ máa rán ó máa dùn wọ́n sì ẹ̀ máa rán.
olóńdarí bàbá yín tẹ́ pé Tinubu olóńdarí ló ṣe
Fúlàní ṣe ń jà lóńdó.
bàbá yín tẹ́ pé Tinubu olóńdarí gbogbo yín sí sọ́dọ̀ fi yé yín ẹ lọ kúkú ẹ̀ dáadáa ẹ lọ
Yorùbá ní Tinubu ṣùgbọ́n èèyàn náà ẹrú Fúlàní ní.
láyé àwọn ọ̀gá Fúlàní tán láti dá Èkó ọmọ Èkó ló fúnra yín lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹ̀rú lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rí ẹ̀rú lẹ̀ ń ṣe.
Yes, sir. wọ́n lọ fẹ́ béèrè question lọ́wọ́ yín prof ẹni sùúrù prof ẹni sùúrù ẹ̀yẹ́ kan béèrè question lọ́wọ́ yín.
Everybody lọ sórí Google àbí Chrome àbí AI. For Google means àkókò ẹ̀dùn.
mi ò ń ṣe àkókò ẹ̀dọ́ ìfọ̀ ọmọ Oǹdó ẹ̀gbin làwa.
Prof ti defend this o ti defend tradition o.
èmi ò ń sọ ọmọ Oǹdó ẹ̀gbin lèmi ẹ̀yin tẹ́ pera yín láwòrán ẹ̀yin tẹ́ pera yín lọ́mọ ìsàlẹ̀ Èkó àtọ̀húnrìnwá ló ń rúùlù gbogbo yín àtọ̀húnrìnwá kẹ́ra yé yín jà.
ẹ̀yin defend the lẹ́sìn.
kẹ́ra náà ẹ jẹ́ ṣe pẹ́sínálì ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ ṣe pẹ́sínálì èmi rò pé bóyá fi ń ṣeré ni mo dẹ̀rù pé kí serious
èmi náà fi àkókò mi náà fẹ́ kó ń lo ṣeré yẹn ní sùúrù.
ẹ̀ ń dà á sọ́jọ́ ti yé yín àkókò ẹ̀ ó yàtọ̀ they used to be under bended state tó ti yé yín ìgbà tó pín òun náà pín tó pín ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ èmi kàn ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní bí sọ́kẹ́ I'm not saying you are not indigene but tí tá à ń sọ mo ní ìtẹ̀fẹ́ bẹ́lẹ̀ a kàn fi ń ṣeré ẹ̀dẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ di personal kò sẹ́ni tí ò lè ṣe.
àwọn ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó tó lọ ṣeré náà ni kì í ṣe personal.
èyí kò kẹ́kẹ́ bá ṣe ká mọ ní fún wa. Fúlàní àwa ò bá Fúlàní ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fúnra yín lọ́mọ Èkó gbogbo ilẹ̀ yín òun náà ti tà mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ tán gbogbo ilẹ̀ yín wọ́n ti bá yín rà tán ẹ̀ lè tó fún ọmọ Yorùbá ẹgbẹ́ yín ọmọ àtọ́rìnwálẹ̀ ìtalẹ̀ fún tí a fẹ́ gbọ́rọ̀ à ń sọ fún yín àtọ́rìnwálẹ̀ ìtalẹ̀ fún ọmọ Yorùbá ẹgbẹ́ yín tó bá mú 1 million lọ ẹ̀ níta fún ẹ̀ gbé ọmọ tó wá láti ẹ̀ ta fún 10 million pàtí lẹ́ máa fowó ṣe tí ẹ fẹ́ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ já kọ̀tínú.
Oǹdó la fẹ́ sọ́n pẹ̀ máa rẹ̀ já sọ́n pẹ̀.
Pọfẹ́sọ̀ ẹjọ́ àwọn tó wà lórí program lérè ètò yìí ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé kúkú sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. ẹni sùúrù
ẹgbẹ́sẹ̀gbẹ́ yẹn ẹ lọ sáṣẹ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé in the name láti
ẹ̀jẹ̀ sọ́n pẹ̀ Oǹdó ẹni sùúrù máa fún la bọ́sítà. Ó ti ká wọn lára wọ́n sọ́n pa bàbá tèmi sìn.
Fáṣọlá wá láti Èkó ó jẹ gómìnà lẹ́yìn lórí àbọ̀dé wá láti Oǹdó ó jẹ gómìnà lẹ́yìn lórí Sanwó Èpè wá láti Ṣàgámù ó jẹ gómìnà lẹ́yìn lórí tó kí lẹ́yìn sọ.
ẹ̀jẹ̀ sọ́n pẹ̀ Oǹdó sẹ́ẹ̀.
Pọfẹ́sọ̀ Kasalo.
Host session gan ẹ mọ ọdún ṣẹlẹ̀ host a fẹ́ disrespect program yìí mo mọ pé ní audience right nǹkan tó wà important host constitutional amendment ń go on mo fẹ́ kẹ́ lo program yìí láti sọ ń pẹ́ because a máa complain nípa bad governance òdìbò tó yẹ ká ti lọ ṣe nǹkan tó máa tún ṣe ẹ wo tẹ bá gbé Jésù kó wá di president lórí constitution tá ń lò yìí ó máa fẹ́ lò foundation ilẹ̀ ní ká ti ṣe.
Oh, sorry, auntie Asabi ẹ kọ́ sáré sọ̀rọ̀ tán.
Wọ́n sì ń sọ ń pẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ báyìí.
No, I didn't drop him. Ọkọ̀ ìjábọ̀ ni mi ò gùn òtún ní kọ́ mo drop wọn. Ó yá gan.
Àwọn bàbá ńlá wa ló drop.
Pọfẹ́sọ̀ ìjọba mi jẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Pọfẹ́sọ̀ host ẹ bèrè lọ́wọ́ wípé àwọn tó wá láti side 50% Oǹdó àti Èkìtì níbo ni origin wọn.
I didn't drop you sir, ilé bọ́ sílẹ̀ sir, prof.
Ní sùúrù. No, má disrespect ọmọ Oǹdó. Prof yẹn ti kúrò ń bẹ̀. Prof yẹn ló kọjá ní sùúrù. Ní sùúrù, prof ní sùúrù. Abe, ẹni yẹn ló ń disrespect àwọn èèyàn. Yorùbá ni wá. A máa mọ àlà. A máa mọ ìdílé tí bàbá wa fún wa. À ń kọjá àyè. Nǹkan tí prof yẹn ń ṣe, ó wà out of place. A sì ń sọ fún wọn, wọn sì fẹ́ gbọ́. Especially àwa tá a jẹ́ indigene Lagos State à ń sọ pé nǹkan báyìí á fẹ́ wọ́n sì ń bú wa lójú wa but nígbà tó ń sọ ti díẹ̀ nípa tí wọ́n ń sìn wọ́n ń defend kó dábẹ́ o nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ host nǹkan tí mo ń sọ rí i pé nǹkan tó wà more productive tó bá dọjọ́ Saturday in fact ní Oǹdó tá a tẹ̀ ń sọ yẹn Oǹdó is one of the center tó ń fẹ́ discuss constitution ní axis yẹn ẹ jọ ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ jáde o
ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tó ń sọ wípé wọ́n ní kẹ́ jáde bàbá Àwórì ẹ fún wa lọ́wọ́ lórí nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ kí ní àwa
nǹkan tá a bá fẹ́ bá ṣe fẹ́ kí ìlú lọ eléyìí ò ń ṣọ̀rọ̀ TikTok o tó ń bá ṣe constitution yẹn àwọn ọmọ wa àti àwọn ọmọ wa they will have to abide by it tó ń bá abide by it they are breaking the law and they might be locked up. Àwọn èèyàn ìlú ló máa ń jókòó ẹ̀yà wa ṣẹlẹ̀ mute ìlú ló máa ń jókòó ló máa sọ pé bá ṣe fẹ́ ṣe ìlú rèé wọn náà fi ń pè ní òṣèlú nísìn constitutional amendment tó ń ṣe yìí wọ́n ní kí gbogbo ìlú wá kó wá jókòó kí báwo la ṣe fẹ́ ká da orí yín in fact this opportunity yìí ẹ jẹ́ ń sọ pàtó tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 1912 tó a bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí ń sọ pa independence látọ̀ British wọn bàbá wa máa ń jókòó àtàwọn aráàlú wọn máa ń sọ pa constitution yẹn very often òun ló sún wa dé regional constitution 1960 nídìí fi dá àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò ló gbé gbọnú pa àwọn bàbá wa lọ introduce a unitary system tológun wọn ní kankan náà gbogbo àìrọ́sìn náà ń pa constitution yẹn sì náà àwọn military ti ń lò láti join nígbà tó bá sọjọ́ tó elected ẹ mọ̀ pé wọ́n ṣe constitutional assembly àwọn military ló gbé constitution sí lọ́wọ́ láti 1999 òun náà ń lò nǹkan tí Tinubu ń sọ ń sìn ní pé ẹ jẹ́ káwọn aráàlú wa sọ bọ́n ṣe fẹ́ ṣe ìlú ara wọn nǹkan tó ń ṣe kò wà comprehensive is piecemeal but there are important things they are talking about particularly ṣe ká lọ sí region very important ṣé kí each region ṣe kọ́ ní constitution wọn very important ìyá wa bí èmi àti ń ṣe jọ́mọ Èkó yìí mi ò lè wá sí ìdílé yín kí wọ́n máa pàṣẹ fún wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ o. tẹ́ ẹ̀ náà bá sì wá sí ìdílé mi tẹ́ bá pàṣẹ ó máa di wàhálà o ká sọ pé nítorí pé àjọmọ Èkó sì kí wọ́n máa ní ká máa pàṣẹ káṣẹ yẹn máa mú ìdílé yín kó máa mú ìdílé lágbájá ó máa ń fa wàhálà ni o. bọ́tọ́ máa jẹ́ àjókòó sí ìdílé ara wa ká sọ bá ṣe fẹ́ ṣe ìdílé wa. ẹ wo tá bá pàdé ra wa ń tàgbọ́n a máa respect ara better o. ìyá wa ṣe ń gbọ́. So right now there's a constitutional amendment conversation going on and it's going to happen in the southwest. Àwọn mọ́lá ò fi ṣeré o wọ́n serious náà fi gbé sàríà sínú constitution Nàìjíríà o.
Kábíyèsí o.
Àwa ò kọ́ bí ara sí gẹ́gẹ́ bí Yorùbá a ní ọmọ kí ni ẹ wà wrong nǹkan tó yẹ ká kọ́ bí ara sí nìyẹn ẹ já lọ nǹkan tó fi wá bá lọ ń gbà fẹ́ kí wọ́n gbòòrò sínú constitution náà bá gbé sí ó ti wọ̀ nìyẹn o nǹkan tá a bá fẹ́ bọ́ tó bá ti wọbẹ̀ ó ti wọbẹ̀ ní o ṣé jẹ́ tún sọ àdírẹ́sì yẹn fún ìyá wa.
All right.
In the southwest there are 2 regions where this assembly this public hearing will be taking place. Èyí tẹ́ wá ní Ondo Ọ̀ṣun àti Èkìtì ọjọ́ Friday 18th of July 10 a.m. ní International Culture and Event Center the Dome Ìgbàtòrò Road Àkúrẹ́ ibẹ̀ náà ti fẹ́ jókòó tí wọ́n bá rí yàn bẹ́ẹ̀ nǹkan tó bá ní wọ́n tó bá lọ máa ní nǹkan tó ń gbà lélẹ̀ yìí o ẹ wà ń bẹ̀ o ẹ̀sìn bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n máa gbé nǹkan lọ o bẹ́tà kẹ lọ tẹ bá sì fẹ́ lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ oppose idea pé tí wọ́n bá ti gbèlú fún 10 years ó ti di indigene it's not good for anybody in Nigeria ó lè fa wàhálà àwọn tó fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ tó fẹ́ jí ìlú ló ń ṣe nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo alamọ̀ ìdílé wa ẹ̀nà ìtẹ́ bá wà ní Lagos State Ogun State àti Ọ̀yọ́ State wọ́n máa ṣe event yẹn ní Saturday July 19th ní Watercress Hotel number 48 Oríṣẹ́ Street Balogun bus stop opposite Airport Hotel ní Ìkẹjà. tẹ́ bá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ oppose indigenous bill but ẹ support state police. State police náà wà ń bẹ̀ o ẹ wo ìyá wa ẹ̀yin nìkan àwọn àdúgbò ẹ̀yin tó bá mọ ọmọ yín sì kan máa ṣọ́ àdúgbò wọn ò ní jẹ́ kádùúgbò bàjẹ́ o.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
bọ̀bọ̀n bá gbé mi látàdúgbò tèmi wá ṣọ́ àdúgbò yín bí wọn bá láìkì yín lọ́la mo lè jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ kò ṣáà ń ṣàdúgbò mi wọn ní tíì bá bàjẹ́ ó ti di tó nídìí. State police ní pé agbègbè yín ẹ̀yin lẹ́ máa ṣọ́ so nítorí ẹ ní fẹ́ ká agbègbè yín bàjẹ́ nǹkan tó ń ṣe é sì tán máa gbé Fúlàní wá kó máa ṣọ́ Lagos State kó máa ṣọ́ ọlọ́pàá nígbà tó ọmọ ìṣe yín wọn tẹ̀ mọ́ anything wọ́n á gbé ọmọ Yorùbá lọ sílẹ̀ ọmọ Ìgbò kí ló mọ̀ ń pa ilẹ̀ wọn ilé bọ̀ wọ́n máa ní ó di ọlọ́pàá bọ́tọ́ bá mú ọmọ àdúgbò kan máa ṣọ́ àdúgbò ìyá wa tẹ́ bá lọ sí Bàlẹ́nì nígbà tí oníbà ti jẹ kábíyèsí níbà kò sólè bà mọ́ o.
100% ẹ gbà yìí.
kò sólè bẹ̀ mọ́ o bàbá yẹn ó jẹ ọmọ ọdún ó ní tó bá jí nǹkan tẹ́ bá dé pálásì oníbà wọ́n á wẹ̀ nìyẹn jáde fún yín.
Wow.
ó sọ ọmọ ọdún bàbá fi ń ṣe ìlú yẹn ọ̀kan tó débẹ̀ yẹn ó lè pọ̀ mbẹ́ o tí onílù bá ń ṣọ́ọ̀lù ìyá wa gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ security tá à ń sọ á stop ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan ló bí àwọn Boko Haram ẹnìkan ló bí àwọn tó ń kidnap tí a bá ń ṣọ́ agbègbè wa tá a mọ́ra wa tọmọ kan bá ṣe ìwà burúkú kan wọ́n lọ fẹjọ́ ẹ̀sùn òbí ẹ̀ bóbi ò gbọ́ orúkọ òbí abàjẹ́ wọn á tì wẹ́wọ̀n àdúgbò ló lè ṣọ́ àdúgbò ó wà nù nǹkan tó fẹ́ sọ òyà wa state police wà ń bẹ̀ o ṣé Cameroon region ó wà ń bẹ̀ o olùkọ́ tá a máa lò ṣé káwọn ọba wa náà lágbára ó wà ń bẹ̀ o ṣé abẹ kàkà sá ẹ̀ abẹ ok abẹ gba mic mú gbọ́.
So you see this constitutional amendment, personally, it's a good thing, but truth be told, it's just a constitutional exercise. And I'll tell you, I'll check.
Abe, Nisuru, no, you are talking to the public. Tí o bá rò pé exercise ni tó bá lọ jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ńkọ́.
Okay. I'll send you something on WhatsApp.
At least let people even go out as much as fún wa ní awareness here. Let us do it.
Tí ẹ bá sọ pé wọ́n ń ṣeré tẹ́ ẹ lọ kó lọ́jọ́ òótọ́. Tó bá sì jẹ́ pé ẹ lọ etí fún ọkọ yìí.
Let's even agree that it's not a constitutional exercise, that it is the truth. Now, under the Federal Republic of Nigerian Constitution, 1999 Constitution, to amend the Constitution, you need to find majority of the national assembly.
Baba Womi, you can mute so that we can hear what you're saying.
So, under our current constitution, the historical constitution perfect, but we need a 2/3. And that 2/3 is both in the House of Rep and in the Senate. Then we need another 2/3 from 36 states House of Assembly. And then in total Southwest, well, like 17. We need also 7 states from the north. And out of that 24 states, you also need 2/3 majority of those 24 states House of Assembly. It is mission impossible, Baba. I want it. I want British to afford.
Abe Nisuru, Nisuru. Yes, wo, you should know better. Gbogbo cases don't fair discuss in this public hearing. Oti pass first, second, and third reading in the assembly, in the Senate and the House. Oti meet the threshold that the Constitution allowed. Each of these proposals have gone to all the state assembly, and it's gone to the local government. In fact, Lara provision in the Constitution Nisuru, Nisuru na. This is why we're having public hearing, for God's sake. Gbogbo region don't get it now. Southwest go come announce. I want not to share it one last week now. I want not to long back on share it one bit. I want Yoruba educate Yoruba. Kí Yoruba náà show up. Because nígbà tí àwọn Babangida tó ń ṣe constitutional assembly, tó ń ṣe sàrà lọ, àwọn tó serious ló wà ló ń tí náà wọ̀ ń bẹ̀ òpin náà wọlé o. Gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tàṣímátà ọlá máa kàwé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ó dé ibẹ̀ tó yẹ ká sọ̀rọ̀, àwọn máa kàwé, àwọn máa kà English. Àwọn náà tí wọ́n bá yín sọ English o, wọ́n jáde o. Because this process, the constitution laid down, will not follow you. Public engagement is one of the many processes they have to meet. And this is what is currently about to happen. Tá a bá lọ, wọ́n ti check ẹ̀ ní o. Tó bá padà dé assembly, wọ́n á ní ẹ ti wá ẹ ti ṣe nìyẹn. Attendance marked. Excuse, ignorance. Abi, we are not here to argue. John Trolong, see, what of you
now? Let him talk, please. Baba, ṣé mo lè sáré sọ kankan?
Prophet, sorry.
So I'm at home now, and I mentioned something about the Egun and how they settled there. So I'm going to read from, and I'll also like Doctor to provide his own reference. I'm going to read from a colonial document called Territorial Further Correspondence Respecting Territorial Questions in the Neighborhood of Lagos and Negotiations with France on Various West African Matters. Colonial Office, February 1890. That's the document. So I'll go to page 12 of the document. And on page 12 of the document, there's an inserted letter here by Governor Moloney to Lord Knutsford, received January 22nd, 1889, confidential. So the 24th point that he had there, he said, on the people inhabiting the larger portion of Western District, I remark in my dispatch number 315 of the 19th October last as follows. Local tradition has it that the first Popo immigrant, talking about the Egun, headed by their king, Agbangra of Ungi, a town that existed to the westward of Wida, but destroyed by Daomians, called to Apa, the king of which gave them as a place of settlement a farm of one of his slaves named Bada on the strip of land between the lagoon and the sea and in front of the present Badagry. On this site, they settled, calling it Badagry or farm, hence the name Badagry. It's Badagry or something like that, or hence the name Badagry. They were later followed up as followed by the Cotonou, which is on the same land strip by Delmians, and the setting in consequence, the original Badagry crossed the lagoon and established the present town. The aborigines of Cotonou, Apa, and Badagry were Yoruba-speaking people who immigrated from their country, generally embraced within the bend of the lower Niger after it had been overrun from the north. So, again, my point is that these people, as I've said, came. The Alapa, as the colonial document is telling us, gave them that place to settle. I didn't write it. It's an 1890 document, and they were talking about territorial questions. It was talking about different areas in Lagos, as well as the Benin Republic. They talk about Port Novio, and those are the negotiations they were having, right? When they were determining what's the jurisdiction of the French, what's the jurisdiction of the British. So that's the document. I would like to see the evidence of Dr. Shegun that says that the Eguns had the indigenous, that the aborigines.
Okay.
Thank you.
I noticed. Thank you, Prof. I noticed that you've not left. That's why I waited. I was supposed to have stepped back in Nigeria. I don't have to work for you since you are still on. Thank you very much for the what you just supplied. First and foremost, I might not be able to query any record because it's from Nigeria now. When the day breaks, I will check my own document too, and I will add you now. I will follow you now, and I think we can continue our conversation so that the discussion by Abba Awori can continue. What you presented, you share with me, and I will also find my record. I will also share with you, and I will prove to you that there's no misinformation in what you've just supplied. I'm not saying because I'm an Egu man, but I'm saying because I'm also an historian. So the document you've queried, I will look forward to share with me. I will also query mine tomorrow when the day breaks, and I also share with you. So I won't like us to overflow this issue. I like to make the politics because that shows that there's no way it's in the morning. We continue the conversation at your convenience time. And we can even bring it back. If the moderator allows, we can still bring it back on this platform. But kindly follow me as well, so I can continue the conversation.
So, Prof, got to move on, right? Prof, got to move on. So, when I was at the Palace of Alapa last year, right, I was talking to the entire cabinet. There was something that was given to Apa in 1485. You know what Kabiyesi did? Kabiyesi no, they don't 17 something of one Kenya. Which I saw date here, I did this right. Kabiyesi, you know about it. Kabiyesi no was okay by. Once in the Kenya, it's a golden staff. The man was a Palace Alapa. One of his shibu book, one. And Kabiyesi took it. Once he shibu was 1785. Once he before me by, only mommy, bah. One saw exactly what happened. Once he fi gbogbo baba banla wọn mi be. Wọ́n sọ mo ṣe gba àwọn egun láàyè. In fact, ilé wọn ó dé Cotonou. Ilé wọn lápá ńbẹ̀. So, wọ́n sọ gbogbo ìtàn ìlú wọn bọ́n ṣe gba egun láàyè.
Baba Awori, you didn't listen to Prof. Prof just say, no, the Apa you are talking about is even not part of Abidjan. They are all there.
Why is
you are putting your opinion. This is what Prof has just said. Even the Apa you are talking about, they are also strangers. That's what you are
No.
Let him read it for you so I can listen very well.
Oh, yeah, Professor Wambi.
Even the Apa you are talking about, they are also strangers.
So it's describing. Hold on. So it's describing. So the Abbas were there before the Egun. So I will read it
Can
again.
Can you read it the way you've read it? I listened to you. Don't join it again. Read it the way you've read it. Apa is not part of.
I was just thinking. Local tradition has it that the first people immigrant, headed by their king, Agbangra of Ungi, a town that existed to the westward of Wida, but described by the Daomian. God Apa, the king of which gave them as a place of settlement a farm of one of his slaves named Bada on the strip of land between the lagoon, sea, and in front of the present Badagry.
Prof, agent translator Yoruba Kubale. Only when the agent translator Yoruba, Prof. Only any suru, only a one leju. Any suru, they don't translate.
No, let me just clarify something. What the question was asking.
Please, Baba will read,
I think
please.
we're just explaining things to each other.
Yes.
They now said they were later followed. That is when they now
Sorry,
describe
Dr.
the
Shegun.
next wave of immigrants, the Yoruba speaking. So the Alapa was there. He gave the Popo people, who we call it now, he gave them that strip of land. And he now said the next wave of immigrants are also some other people who came from the interior and they are Yoruba speaking. And the document went on and on and on. But I can start the page and
Did that story talk about Awori in all what you've mentioned? Is anything really?
It's Awori now. Apa is Awori. Awori Lapa.
Don't twist story. Ubalakawe now.
Awori
The man is
Awori.
How can you say Apa is Awori?
Shebi say you are a historian, Dr. Shegun. We don't have to tell you
How can
Apa
you
is
say Apa
Awori.
is Awori for God's sake?
Okay,
Oh my God.
mo ti wá gbà fún yín sí.
Almost every in Apa.
Mo ti gbà fún yín sí.
Oh my God.
Prof, doctor, mo ti gbà fún yín sí.
Prof, please, Prof, share the document with me. I will follow you.
Mr. Remi, you better clarify what. No, Mr. Remi, clarify Apa o, wọ́n máa lè gbọ́ o. Clarify who Apa is o. Kò yé mi o. O kò dàbí ká ní Èkó. Èkó is Awori. Awori is Èkó.
and we also have another document.
Ìṣẹ́rí is Awori. Awori is Ìṣẹ́rí.
Yeah. So there's another document of which is consists of information on Lagos. I can look for that. That listed all the settlements and tell you the some ethnic group there. Apa is listed as Awori, and that document is even older than this. And that one was a confidential document by the War Office, the British War Office. Then it got declassified. So
Apa kò dàbẹ̀ sọ pé Àdó.
I will look for that now.
Ibà.
Yeah.
Ọ̀jọ́. Apa. Awori ni. Ifo Awori.
Let's share all these documents, and so we can continue our argument. But I can tell you without missing words that I've read so much about this before I start cataloging discussions on it at all. And I can tell you that what you've said, I can conflict it with documents I have. I don't want to raise any argument without evidence here. But kindly follow me, I will follow you. Let's continue this conversation.
But in your case, Apa is Awori o. Ìlú Àpá Awori ló ní nǹkan wọn.
Please, I have something to say, please.
Okay, go ahead, Professor.
Go ahead.
I want to go to this regional issue that we're talking. They call it regional issue. There are things that we forget quickly, and Shemila no pe wọ́n gbé history kúrò nínú curriculum wa ní Nigeria. Now, ní on 20th of April 2024 Ládọjà wà ńbẹ̀ Ìyálọ́jà wà ńbẹ̀ ọmọ bàbá kan sign peace agreement according to between the Southwest farmer and the Meyeti Allah. Number one. Number two, the current vice president nígbà tó ń campaign lọ́wọ́ tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa kíní tẹ́lẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe tó ń sọ pé regional kò ṣe regional nìkan policing state policing nǹkan tí vice president sọ ó ní my foot. Now